Um, we've been working on two specific meditations um, over the last times that we met. So we're going to be continuing with that. So the first one is one breath meditation. And then we're going to be working with clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know. That's quite a mouthful. But I just wanted to share an experience with you before we jump in. And that was, some of you know this little guy, this little gong, right? And then I have the big one, the mama one. And I was playing with the little one because it's so cute and it can fit in your hand, right? So I had it like this and I was, dinging away. And I realized that if my hand is kind of cupped around it, what do you notice about the sound? Versus
it doesn't go as far.
Yeah. I'm glad you can even hear that over the recording, right? Over Zoom. And I was doing this, and then I thought of a book. I'm not really an avid reader, but a friend of mine recommended a few books to me. And one of the books that he recommended it's called Opening the Hand of Thought. And it's about meditation and Zen Buddhism and whatnot. But the whole notion of that is that's all we have to do in our practice. We're just kind of opening ourselves to the now and to whatever life brings to us. So just opening ourselves to that moment of experience. And then I was like, oh, that's the same thing that's happening with my little bell. If I hold on too close to it, it doesn't have much resonance, right? It doesn't have space to create sound. But if I just let go and open my hand, that's kind of like opening the hand of thought. And yeah, so that was my insight, I don't know, 2 days ago or something while I was playing with my gong. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because fundamentally, that's what we're doing in this practice. We're just loosening our grip on thought. Our purpose isn't necessarily to eliminate anything or to actively set out with the intention, I am going to obliterate my thought, or I am going to transform it and I'm going to make it into something, like blissful. No, that's we're just sitting with what we have. And in our practice, we're inherently creating more space to deal with our thoughts, whether we recognize that or not. And sometimes it might feel like absolutely nothing is happening, but there is something happening below the surface, even if we can't recognize it immediately. So with that, let's go ahead and get set up for our practice. So we're just going to start with our one breath meditation. And it's exactly what it sounds like. We're just going to take one breath in and one breath out. So go ahead and inhale and exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. And continue doing that for yourself. And as you do that, know that when you feel moments of contraction or anxiety, panic, fear, whatever it might be in your body, it only takes one breath. And then we discussed a small variation on this one breath meditation. And that's when we feel that sense of compression or contraction within ourselves. Or if our mind is really busy and there's a lot of mental chatter, we can just open up, pull our shoulders back and open up our chest area and just kind of shift your gaze upwards. And then you can do the same thing. So in this posture of dignity, we can do our one breath meditation. So let's try that. So shoulders back a little bit. We're nice and upright, opening up our chest or heart area. And with our gaze slightly upwards, we're just breathing in and out. Just take a moment to observe how that feels as you engage in that one breath meditation. And the beauty of that is that you can practice that anywhere. You don't have to necessarily be in any specific place, special place. You don't need a gong. You don't need to be anywhere special. You can just practice that wherever you are. All right, so we're going to start with our formal or the main practice. And this is, we'll be working with the, if you want to call it a mantra, clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know. So on our inhalation, we're saying clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. And on our exhalation, don't know. And we can start in this way. And then if you like, you can just let it drop away and then just return to your breath as your object of meditation. So you don't necessarily need to do clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know for the entire main practice. You can just start off with that if you like and do that for a few rounds. And then you can switch over. Or if you would like to just continue with that, that's fine. And just one note about what's happening to the breath, I'll guide you in. With clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, we're taking note of our inhalation. And as we're exhaling, don't know, we're slowing things down for ourselves just a little bit. So we can think of the exhalation as being twice as long, or, just even if you don't want to think about it in like such concrete terms, just that it's a little slower. So your exhalation is a little slower. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, go ahead and get yourself in a comfortable position, one that you can sit in for the next 10 minutes without moving or wriggling too much. So if you want, you can have either eyes open or eyes closed, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you want to move your laptop to the side so that you have a wider field of vision and you're not, the laptop is not directly in front of you, feel free to do so at this time. In terms of what's happening with our posture, we're seated upright, spine nice and tall. We're occupying space between heaven and earth. And we assume a posture of dignity. And it's a posture that is always there with us. And in this meditation session, we're kind of quieting and slowing down things for ourselves and accessing our inherent wisdom and our natural intelligence. So let's start with a body scan activity. So you can feel yourself wherever you're touching the earth, whether you're sitting on the floor or on a chair, or if you're sitting on a chair and your feet, that's what's making contact with the earth. Whatever it is, just take a moment there to feel that connection with the earth supporting us. And in this time when we might not have as many opportunities to go outside, even if we can't go outside, we can feel grounded inside. So take a moment to see what that feels like, that you're grounded inside. And we're going to work our way up with this body scan and just carry that sense of rootedness and groundedness and the awareness of that upwards as we journey from our base up to the head. This is your time to check in with how you feel in your body, saying hello to any discomfort that you might have, and softening that discomfort with acknowledgement and a little hello. So you can work your way up from your feet. Say hello to your knees, your thighs, your torso, your chest area, shoulders, arms and hands, neck, and then head. Now we're just going to take a moment to check in with ourselves, to check in with how we're feeling today. And that's your own private matter. So be honest with yourself. And however you're feeling today, just acknowledge it and don't judge it. And remember that from moment to moment, what we feel changes. So let's take the rest of the time to just work on our practice with clear mind, don't know. And you can start with that, and then you can just let that mantra dissolve and then focus back on your breathing, or you can take it all the way through. Okay, so we're coming to the end of our sitting period. And in this moment, I'd just like you to smile just a little. So be aware of the corners of your mouth. And just a little smile, not a whole lot of teeth. And see if that feels any different when you do that. All right, so go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, be aware of your body. Open your eyes slowly if you had them closed. And if there's any particular intention or way that you'd like to dedicate your merit, take a moment to do so. I'd like to dedicate any merit from my practice to those who were unable to make it in person to today's session, and to dedicate some of our merit to all the world. All right, so thank you for your practice. And as always, I'm gonna put this on a recording of this on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe to the playlist so that way you can get the notification once it's uploaded. And also the link to it is also in the meeting invite. So you can always go back to that if there's anything that you want to listen to. And also I'm putting timestamps, so if you just want to skip ahead to a particular section such as the main practice or the one breath meditation, you can kind of navigate so you don't have to do the whole 20 minutes.